Who is Don Haci and why is he so well known in CSGO community? Why are we seeing his name in tournament crowds? Why does he have such a high Twitter following compared to others? And how come CSGO official Twitter account, pro players and well-known community members follow him? Where did he come from and why is there so much dirt behind his name? There are so many questions to be answered and we will attempt to answer all of those in this video.
In an online game called RuneScape, Timmy and his family recently learned this virtual world is full of some real-life dangers. Other players started a conversation asking him to do something rare. Timmy said, sure. The player led him to a different site. Turns out it was a fake RuneScape site. In just minutes, Timmy's password was hacked, stolen. His account with all these points and belongings emptied out.
I am Don Haci. No way that's him.
Don Haci here. Go f yourself. Ban yourself from the CS community. Put a belt around your neck and jump off a cliff with that belt still attached.
Wait till I go home. Richard Lewis should know who I am. I messaged him and helped him with a security issue some time ago. It was very apparent immediately who it was. This chap had indeed messaged me. He had found a series of old passwords. What happened was he was involved in hacking forums.
Last year, a Dutch court took virtual crimes seriously, prosecuting 2 teens for stealing imaginary items on RuneScape.
Investigation and history of Don Haci. So let's start with his identity first, and since Haci himself is a baiter, protects his identity most likely for security reasons, it's not easy to find a lot of information about his personal life. Although some things are obvious, he does live in the Netherlands. There have been some rumors that he might have lived in Italy before moving to Netherlands, and that he is German, Dutch, French, Belgian, and those are a lot of speculations I've seen already, so I had to dig deep into it myself to find out. So from the start, most people claimed Haci had Turkish roots, and so let's put on Sherlock Holmes hat and let's find out who he is. Let's start with finding out about his Turkish roots, if that's true. The way the research went was as follows. He has had tweets written in Turkish, the way even Google Translate wouldn't be able to translate properly. Even a Turkish native could tell if the person actually knows the language itself just by the way he writes. He also has a Faceit friends list with a decent amount of Turkish players. That didn't make me confident enough in my eyes, so I kept digging and did download actual Haci's gameplay. He did play with a friend, Eneshan, who has Turkish origins, living in Netherlands. He also did speak with Haci in Turkish at some points. So we can be confident he has Turkish origins and living in Netherlands. Unfortunately, that's all we can find about him. So let's move on to the juicy part, Haci's come up. He was someone who played RuneScape at a young age, and even during this period of recent years he has come back to it and plays, and he actually was notorious in the community as Yi Lemao1 on Twitter and Big Boy Haci. He was a well-known hacker and a troll. He even had an emoji created by one of the top RuneScape creators called Boti. The emoji itself was called Boti Haci, which represents Haci being a thief. He had close connections with Boti. They played RuneScape and old school RuneScape together and had some back and forth talks, and apparently he also had some connections with Sick Nerd. He did troll him was by making a post complaining his account got hacked, although it wasn't his, as a result which RuneScape devs locked Sick Nerd's account. Sick, after noticed, complained on Twitter. That wasn't the only time Sick got trolled. There have been multiple times it happened before, but there's a lot of content which haven't been archived, so can't really get to it anymore. So about his hacking life, he was even seen in Dutch news article reporting that he wanted to sell 4 copies of a database account information, where he claimed there were included approximately 23,000 functioning accounts gotten from Dutch RuneScape forum rsnl.eu, which currently directs you to a thirsty incel sharking website. And by reading the article itself, it's written that RH Haci forum publicly reported that data breach did occur. The way he stole accounts was by making messaging bots in forums which directed victims to a website which had RAT installed into Java application, which in turn gave him all the information including nudes and webcam footage if he really needed to. So was that the way he gained those accounts from Dutch forums? Well, can't be sure, but this was one of the ways he claimed he did it in his RuneScape Hackers AMA post in Reddit. As far as to believe or not, he mainly stole RuneScape gold from accounts which weren't active for years, even though there have been some famous accounts as well, included like Giblek's YouTube account, Lord Makeup's RS account, and Apple, who was known as the richest RuneScape staker. So altogether he has stolen over 55 billion gold, which equal to 20,000 euro dollars if converted at that time. He still till this day has some RuneScape references, one of which are visibly seen on his Steam profile, nicknamed as Zima, which is one of the legendary players in RuneScape history. Now let's find out how he became so well known in the CSGO community. Although he was active before he popped off, he had his HLTV account made in 2005, but it appears he wasn't bringing any attention from what I could find, because I really couldn't. The time when he actually became very active and started to get noticed was in year 2015 till 2017 by the nickname Yi Lamau1, when he started leaking information, rumors, regards transfers and changes to the game. So the way he got his information was by bypassing Skype security and being able to see private messages. Also, it has been known that Smooya, who is his friend, yes, the friend who actually gambled Haci's dragon lore, which was gifted to him.
says, ask Smooya about the dragon lore he stole from me. Smooya?
I didn't steal it, he gave it to me and I lost it gambling because
So it also seemed that Smooya was helping Haci with the leaks as well. In year 2017, he gave Haci server IP address and password for a scrim to join, and after joining, he took a screenshot and leaked rooster changes. Following that, Nico made a tweet complaining about his actions. Also, apparently, he leaked Smooya being a stand-in for Renegades on April 2019, which isn't surprising. So the leaks Haci made during 2015-16 times were Liquid, Sun and Pimp, which was actually confirmed later on, Kusta not playing for Liquid, replaced by JDM, and Kusta playing for CLG, which was also confirmed. He also did confirm map vetoes before they were released, which were Dignitas Empire against Dignitas and Hellraisers, which both were accurate. Also, he did announce CSGO update leaks early, even before back then known CSGO leaker called Wicked Player. At the start, his leaks were very accurate, but when the key people from CSGO scene left Skype and moved towards Discord, his leaks became more speculative and inaccurate. So since the successful leaks, he did raise some attention and credibility from quite a lot of people. He decided one day on June 2016 to drop a huge accusation onto CSGO Pro scene by claiming it was full of cheaters, giving him high amount of attention and following, as the evidence in some case was believable and some allegations were plain silly. But since during that time a lot of people didn't use critical thinking, Witch-Hunt started. He claimed every top 10 team had at least one cheater, and the only team who was clean were NIP during 2014 and 2016. Also, when he released the accusations, he made a subreddit called VAC Sucks, where people could post fishy clips of players cheating and engaging in discussions, although currently this subreddit is mostly a cringe fest and it's still active. Since he had a lot of following and he posted a lot of speculative information, he would often get suspended. So because of that, he decided to switch towards Twitter and post on there instead. As you saw, there isn't a lot of posts archived because he deleted all of them. He claims he did that so he could hide all the illegal leaks he posted, and not just that, his account got suspended as well, and with his second account, Big Boy Haci. After these allegations, he got contacted by Richard Lewis and also Valve, asking for more proof regards the claims he made. So here is what Lewis had to say.
He's also making these very wild allegations and claiming that he's been able to bypass Steam somehow. He's found a cloud exploit and he's got hard evidence of cheating, and everything he's saying is 100% accurate, but he can't prove it just yet because they never can they? So I was like, that just seems very bizarre. So I messaged him and I was like, look mate, you've caused a bit of a stink here. You should probably clarify what you're saying, or if you've got any evidence, pass it on to me, and if it's right and accurate, obviously I'll put it it out there. It's public interest. But there was no reply. And I was like, it seems a bit strange that this guy who's been very vocal and active on Reddit isn't replying to me on Twitter. Now, these accusations, these allegations, they seem to be very out of character, as I said. And where they were coming from was somebody had hacked his Twitter and hacked his Reddit and an old email address. And that's what he's told me since he's had them restored. And they used this credibility of him knowing about a few roster swaps to start making these very common, very popular allegations about professional players, put them out there in public domain.
And then Valve sent him an email message asking for more detailed proof, which he didn't have more evidence than already was known, which Haci claimed he had, but actually he didn't. So, to save his ass, he decided to lie to both of them by claiming he got hacked, which is weird as well because he's an expert in security, right? After that, he didn't want to get involved with accusations, so he decided to delete his Reddit account and switch towards Twitter. After 2 years in 2018, he decided to come back and make a final statement about the things he did in the past. So what he said was, when he left, he gave away his VAC Sucks subreddit to trusted people, which control it currently. And of course also mentioned him being contacted by Valve, which I mentioned recently as well. He also opened up about him actually lying to them that he got hacked. He also had that stupid theory that he thought Valve knew that pro players cheated, but they didn't want to do anything because that could hurt their game. I actually remember hearing that from people back in the days, and that made me literally cringe. After he realized what damage he might have caused, he did apologize to most of the pro players he accused. Personally, if I was in his shoes, I would have literally done the same if I had the following he had. After that, he focused on his Twitter account and continued posting memes and trolling people, and also being in touch with professional CSGO players and organizations, CSGO's official Twitter account, and he did succeed because of the following he had and also the quality content he also did provide with the memes. Also, Haci had a conflict with Sadakist when he was streaming on Twitch while being drunk, which led to this type of escalation.
Don Haci, you're a fucking cunt. Go fuck yourself. Ban yourself from the CS community. Maybe put a belt around your neck and jump off a cliff with that belt still attached. That would be better for everyone.
Because of that, Sadakist received huge amount of backlash and negativity. That was still 2018, but the years going forward, Haci became more mature and more liked by the community, which was a good thing. And even when you check his Twitter right now, you can tell like the difference between who he was before and right now. It's night and day. His numbers are still gradually growing. Some of his posts are garnering thousands of likes and retweets, and nowadays he has become an important part of CSGO community, believe it or not. I didn't even know who he was until I started using Twitter, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people who don't follow these type of social medias, they don't know who he is, and I'm truly happy that I actually found about him, since his backstory is one of the most interesting I've heard about in CSGO community. Well, that's about it. Feel free to drop a like and also let me know if I missed out on something in comments below, or maybe I made a mistake in research.